Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you the What's in My Soccer Bag video for the month of January 2016. Now, for those that are unfamiliar with this series, this is where I go through and highlight all of the best products that I found myself using throughout the previous month by filling up a soccer bag with equipment, apparel, as well as footwear, and I kind of highlight each individual item, telling you what I really liked about it. Now, of course, with all the What's in My Soccer Bag videos, all the items that you see in the video, you can purchase for yourself by clicking the very first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the What's in My Soccer Bag page on my website. From there, you'll find Buy It Now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes for each individual item. So again, if you see something in the video that you want for yourself, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get into the What's in My Soccer Bag video for January 2016. All right, so for the month of January, I kind of stuck with the same duffel bag I've been using for the last little while. This is the Under Armour Undeniable Duffel Bag, the size large variation. This one happens to be the royal blue color. And the reason why I use this is, one, there's not a lot of new duffel bags to really try out, so for that reason I continue to use the same one. And what I really like about this one is it's made from really nice kind of high quality heavy duty materials. It's got really solid zippers, it's got a big central compartment, really big side pockets, and it pretty much does everything I need a duffel bag to do. Retails for $55 US, so not particularly cheap, but the quality is definitely there. I've been using this for months and it still looks pretty much brand new. So open it up and take a look at what's on the inside, because that is obviously what everyone is here to see. So I'll just move that out of the way really quickly, and we'll start off with the first item, which is again an item I've been using consistently for quite some time now. These are the Storelli Body Shield Slider Shorts, which are basically compression shorts specifically designed for soccer. So compression shorts, they have their benefits as far as just blood flow is concerned, and really they prevent you from getting any kind of wedgie or just having your underwear bunch up on you. So that's really for me the main reason why I wear compression shorts. I know it doesn't sound like the most glamorous reason, but really that's kind of for me the main reason why I wear this. When I'm playing any kind of sports, really, I just like the fact that they're very comfortable to wear. Plus they have the benefit of added pour-on inserts going down the side of either leg, which for use specifically for soccer is really good if you're doing a slide tackle, any kind of sliding, any kind of bump to the side of the leg. That little bit of extra padding that you don't see or feel while you're wearing them really does make a big difference as far as overall protection is concerned. Those guys have a retail price of $54 US, which isn't super cheap, but for high-end compression shorts, honestly, that's not too bad of a price. And again, these are soccer specific, which is really nice. As far as training tops go, I ended up picking up this guy right here, which I'm really impressed with. I ordered it online, kind of didn't know really what the material was going to be like, but when it arrived, I was pleasantly surprised. This is the Adidas Champions League 2015-2016 Bayern Munich training top. And what's cool about this is it's actually the Adizero material, which the authentic Adidas jerseys are made from the Adizero material, which for those that don't know, it's just extremely thin and extremely lightweight. So this guy has a retail price of $50 US, which isn't super cheap, but when you consider that an authentic Adidas jersey is going to run you $200 plus, $50 to have pretty much the exact same material for the entire shirt, and also that very kind of fitted, secure fit, that's really not a bad price, and it's officially licensed merchandise. So you can see this one is kind of like this whitish gray color and has this cool wavy pattern throughout on both the front and back. On the back, you can see there's a single Adidas logo. On the front, you're going to find your Champions League logo as well as the Bayern Munich crest with the 4 gold stars embroidered. It does have this kind of pinkish orange color on the Adidas stripes going down the sleeves. And again, it's just a really nice high quality shirt that, again, if you wanted to wear it casually, you definitely could as well, because it fits nice, it looks good, and it's pretty comfortable as well. So put that over to the side and move on to the next item, which of course is a pair of training shorts. Now these are shorts that I've actually featured before, I believe several months ago in the What's in My Bag series, but really like them, bought them in another colorway. These are the Nike Strike Stretch Longer woven shorts, and they're pretty pricey. They retail for $55 US, which is very expensive for a pair of shorts, but the material and the way they fit is absolutely fantastic. Very high quality. It's a super thin dry fit material. This is the black on black color, so it does have the kind of black tape stripe with the perforations running down the side, which is kind of a consistent detail you're going to find across Nike's current soccer lineup, at least the higher end stuff. You got your Nike swoosh on the front, you have the little perforations on the front as well, which is really cool. And the back, for the most part, is left pretty much completely blank. Has a really nice waistband, which I quite like. And again, it's just really nice. The quality of the materials is great. The way it fits is awesome. They're slightly longer than the average soccer short, which I personally don't mind, and they're available in quite a few different colors. So those I can very strongly recommend. Now, as far as when it's colder outside, which it was because it's the middle of winter, January, of course, this is the kind of jacket slash sweater I wore. I kind of just ended up doing double jacket a lot this month just because it ended up being pretty windy the majority of the times that I was out there. So I felt like 2 windbreaker jackets or 2 windbreaker style jackets was kind of the best way to go. So this one is brand new. It's from Puma. It's part of their new Evo training line, which is actually very, very good. I have quite a few items from that line in this particular video. So this guy has a retail price of $90 US. It's called the Puma Evo Training Vent Thermo R jacket. So it's surprisingly warm despite being very thin. At quick glance, it kind of just looks like a regular windbreaker, but the quality of materials is really cool. And what's interesting are these little stripes you see here. They kind of just look like black stripes. So when they're pulled on a little bit, it's actually ventilated underneath. So there's a blue kind of mesh, and then the top layer is like an elasticated black color. And it's a very fitted jacket, something that you don't really know until you actually get it and put it on for the first time. You can see you have the tape stripes going down the back, going down the back of the neck, and then going down the back of the kind of shoulder area, I suppose. So it's really, really cool how it's designed. It fits, like I said, a little bit more fitted. I like that at the bottom of the jacket. On the inside, you're going to find that kind of rubberized silicone coating that you see a lot from Puma on their high performance apparel. That just helps to keep the jacket in place around your waistline so it's not riding up, which can be an issue when something is a little bit more fitted and you have that all the way around the inside here, which is really, really cool. And it's just a very high quality jacket, surprisingly warm as kind of an only jacket, or even as a base layer as I kind of wore it. Has a little extension piece at the neck, which is nice. And again, it's just a very premium product for the $90 price tag. So fold this up and put it over to the side so we can continue to move on. I'm not folding this very well, but good enough. Move on to the next item, which of course is a pair of pants, kind of a necessity during the colder months. And this is from Nike. These are the Nike Strike Stretch Tech Pants, and this is kind of their top of the line soccer specific tapered pant right now. And what's cool about this again is the quality of materials. It's not particularly cheap with an $80 retail price. They're available in a couple different colors. This one happens to be black and red, which I think looks really cool. Again, kind of like the shorts, it does have the perforated kind of tape stripe going down the side, basically from the waist to the knee area. Then you have a Nike swoosh right there on the left leg. It does have the zipper pockets, but it doesn't have zippers at the bottom. It has this kind of cool black on red mesh, which gives it kind of a unique look, but it's just a stretchy, thin material, almost like a high-end yoga pant, I guess, but obviously for soccer specific use. It doesn't look goofy or anything like that, but very, very comfortable to wear. They're fitted like you would want them to be, but because of this stretchy material, they're very easy to move around in. It's not restrictive in any way like a lot of pants can be, and they're just super comfortable. I love the fact that there's no zipper on the bottom, so maybe if you have your shoes on, you want to take them off prior to pulling the pants off, whereas if it did have a zipper, you could kind of leave your shoes on. But for me, I don't mind the fact that they don't have the zipper. I just find it more comfortable and more natural to play in. I'm not a huge fan of playing in pants, but if I were to pick some right now, it definitely would be these guys just because of how kind of non-restrictive they are, which is a really, really nice feature for me personally. So put that over to the side, and next we'll move on to an actual jacket. So the jacket that I have here is another new item from Nike. This one is fairly pricey. It has a retail price of $150 US. It's called the Nike Strike Woven Jacket 2 EL. Not sure what the EL stands for, if I'm completely honest with you guys, but I ordered it mainly knowing that it was new for their soccer line, and I thought it looks pretty cool. And the one thing that you will see online at a lot of stores that are actually carrying this is that the gray part that you see right here in the middle isn't actually gray. It's like a metallic silver. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like tinfoil or some kind of metallic color, which, like I said, online it just looks like solid gray. The color scheme of the jacket is supposed to match the launch colorway of the Nike Tiempo Legend 6, I believe, which is kind of that metallic white color with the orange and the black, of course. So this is definitely a little bit more metallic silver as opposed to metallic white, but it still looks really, really cool. And what's great about this is it's completely water repellent, completely kind of wind resistant as well, and just a really nice fit to the overall jacket. Of course, it does have the pockets on the side. It's got the stripes going down the shoulder, and it's hard for me to describe this to you, but the stripes are like these little kind of rubber, I don't even know what you would call them. Like imagine like little rubber kind of little suction cups almost. It's really interesting. It feels extremely cool, looks really cool up close in person. And then the back of the jacket, as you guys can see, is pretty much just solid silver in color with a few perforations just for breathability down the back. So overall, really nice jacket. The quality is fantastic, and given that you get it in the right colorway, you can even wear it casually too. So even though it is a little bit pricey at $150, I think that if you just want a really nice jacket for use to obviously play soccer in, as well as just wear casually, it's definitely a pretty good investment. Next, we of course have a kind of base layer training top. So this is, again, when it's really cold outside and you just want layers underneath your shirt even. So this is, again, part of the new Evo training line from Puma. This is what they call the Puma Evo Training Active Thermo R t-shirt. Now, looks pretty basic. It's actually kind of small looking. It's very narrow, as you guys can see. It's got tight arms and stuff like that. But what's cool about this is, again, kind of like the training top that I showed you guys, this is very similar to the authentic Puma jerseys, which again retail for $200 plus. This guy has a retail price of $60 US, which isn't particularly cheap. But what's cool about this is it's made from this very dense kind of elasticated material that's super warm once you actually get it on. It has that nice secure fit to it. And on the inside, going down the back, you actually find, again, those kind of silicone rubber grips. They're active technology that helps to hold the shirt in place, and it just makes for a very secure, very locked in sensation. The shirt doesn't move around on you, and it's something that, again, you do see in their authentic jerseys. They're claiming that it offers better blood flow and has performance benefits. I wouldn't necessarily 100% say that that is the truth, but in terms of just fitting extremely well for kind of a compression short sleeve shirt, this is the best one that I've ever come across, and I really like the material. It's very rugged, it's very elasticated, and it just feels very well made. So for the $60, if you're looking for a really high quality short sleeve compression top, this is, in my opinion, the best of the best of anything that I've personally ever tried. Plus it looks pretty cool as a base layer. You can see down the back, it does have the little kind of arrow pattern as well. So fold that up, move it to the side, and we'll move on to the next item, which is kind of my latest thing. I really like these. I've been wearing them for the last couple of months, so I ended up picking up another pair. These are some 3/4 compression tights. This particular pair is a Pro Combat model from Nike. It's actually their cheapest model as well. It's the $26 model. It's what they call the Hypercool Max, I believe. And what's interesting about this, and what I like about it, is it allows you to have that base layer, the compression layer, of course, but it doesn't go all the way down to your ankle. When you have full-length tights, at least what I find, is that it just leaves you with extra material bunched up when you pull your socks on over top, which I'm not crazy about. So just going to 3/4 length, even if you only want to wear shorts, you're still going to get that extra warmth. You don't really need any extra warmth around your ankle. At least I don't find that a requirement for me personally. So having 3/4 length, I just find to be very comfortable. I think it looks pretty cool, and it keeps you warm. So kind of does everything you need. And for $26, it's a pretty decent value for a pair of compression tights. You only need really one pair. And you can pretty much wash them after every single use and go about your business. You don't necessarily need to buy a ton of them, and you don't necessarily need to buy the top of the line ones that are $50, $60, $70. So for 26 bucks, these 3/4 compression tights, if you don't like full length compression pants, are definitely worth giving a try. So move that over to the side. And then of course we have some other kind of cold weather accessories. I have a pair of field player gloves, which are from Nike, really nice. These are their hyper warm field player gloves. Really nothing out of the ordinary. I think I have featured a pair of these before. This is just a brand new colorway that is actually pretty cool. It's basically like a heather gray type of material, almost looks like sweatpants, but the quality is fantastic. They're a little bit thicker than the average field player glove, and when you put your hand on the inside, it's got this kind of fleece-like lining, which is extremely comfortable. Obviously, you got the Nike swoosh in Volt Yellow on the front, and then on the actual palm, you will find all of these little Volt Yellow details, which are actually rubber grips. So we're doing throw-ins and just handling the ball in your hands at all as a player, you're going to have decent grip on the ball, even when it is a little bit wet and cold outside. So really nice field player gloves. They retail for $30 US, but you can find them for a little bit cheaper. You can find other brands of field player gloves for a little bit cheaper, but honestly, for me, $30, these are well worth the investment because they just really are that warm and that comfortable. So really nice field player gloves if you're on the market for a pair, and they're available in, I believe, small, medium, large, extra large. So depending on what size you need, that is available to you as well. The next item that I have for you guys is from Sterelli. This is one of their newer products. I believe I featured it last month as well. It just looks like a tube of material, which essentially is what it is what they call the Sterelli neck gaiter. Retail price is about $22 US, so it's relatively inexpensive. And essentially it's a kind of scarf that you wear, but obviously isn't just a long scarf that you would wrap around. It's just a big tube. So you can wear this. It's going to keep all the wind away from your neck, which is going to make for a big difference in terms of the overall warmth that you'll get from this type of item. It blocks out all the wind. You can wear it a little bit over your face. You can wear it over your nose. Cover up as much of your face as possible. Obviously not your eyes, but it does a really good job of, like I said, keeping the wind out, keeping you nice and warm. And it's relatively kind of light and low profile. It's not something that really gets in the way while you're playing. You don't notice it, but you will notice the extra bit of warmth. You can see it's kind of cool with the Sterelli graphics on there. The one side's yellow, the one side is gray. And it's nice and elasticated as well. So for $22, if you're looking for something to kind of keep your neck warm and just get that kind of awkward area that always kind of lets the wind in, this is definitely one of those products that I would very strongly recommend. Next, of course, we have to talk about socks. So for regular socks, which is normally what I wear for training, I ended up picking up these guys. These are the, sorry, what are they called? They are the Nike Elite Match Fit dipped in black crew socks. This one happens to be the Manchester City color. And this is, again, a line of socks, that Stadium series from Nike, that is kind of technically specifically made for soccer. Again, crew socks are crew socks for the most part. These are just particularly premium ones. This one retails for $20 US, given that it is this kind of dipped in black color scheme. So it does match the third jerseys for all the Nike clubs, this one being specifically for Manchester City. So the top part is kind of like this neon yellow, neon green, and then it fades almost like a spray paint effect into black for the rest of the sock, which I think looks pretty cool. They're anatomically fitted left and right. It's got really nice targeted padding at the bottom of the foot. They fit extremely well, and they're just comfortable socks overall. So for $20, you can pick up this particular colorway. For about $16 or $15, you can get one of the regular colorways, which are just as good. It's the exact same sock with a different graphic. So if you're just looking for a good pair of kind of practice socks that aren't full length, these are some that I can very strongly recommend. And then, of course, the next sock item that I have are True Socks. True Socks, they retail for $40 US. They are expensive. I definitely will say that. But they really do make a difference in terms of how they'll make your shoes feel and how they actually grip your foot. It really has changed the responsiveness of everything. I think anybody who's tried True Socks before will say that they legitimately do make a difference in terms of how your shoes will fit and feel when you're actually wearing them. So if you have issues with responsiveness, and if you have issues with kind of heel slippage and just slippage on the inside of your shoes, True Socks is one of those products that won't necessarily fix the problem entirely, but it definitely will help the issue. So $40 US, they're available in a couple different colors. These ones happen to be orange. And like I said, they're well worth the investment if that is something that you're struggling with as an issue. Next, we of course have shin guard and shin guard accessories. So these are Sterelli Body Shield leg sleeves, a product that I had a little bit of a hand in terms of the overall development. They're essentially leg sleeves to hold the shin guard in place, which they will do. You wear the sleeve on your leg, and then it does have this built-in pocket on the front where you slide your shin guard in, and because it's a pocket, the shin guards can't actually fall through the bottom, so they stay in place really, really nicely. Plus, you have the added benefit of pour-on foam running down the side of your leg, again, providing a little bit of extra protection in an area where shin guards just don't cover. Plus, at the top and bottom, you're going to find the Sterelli logo there in this kind of sticky silicone, similar to what we've seen from Puma on those other products that grip your skin and help to hold the sleeve in place, and you'll find that at the top and bottom of the sleeve. These guys have a retail price of $30 US, which is relatively inexpensive in comparison to a lot of sleeve products that just aren't as nice. These are extremely durable. They're available in black or white, depending on your color preference. And they'll save you a lot of money in the long run in that you won't need to use tape to secure your shin guards because you'll be using your Sterelli Body Shield leg sleeves instead. So put these over to the side and we'll move on to the next item, which of course is shin guards. Now, again, the same shin guard I've been using for a very long time. Pretty stubborn as far as changing is concerned, just because I haven't come across anything that is nearly as good as these things. These are the C6 Agility carbon fiber shin guards. The retail price with an SR4U coupon code is about $135, so they're very, very expensive, no doubt about that. But the quality is there. They're super thin, they're super strong, they fit extremely well, they're very, very lightweight. And like I said, as far as what you need a shin guard to do, there isn't a better product out there. So if you want super thin, super lightweight, super durable, low profile shin guards that'll last pretty much forever, this is one of those shin guard products that I would very strongly recommend. Don't look at this as a pair of shin guards you're going to use for a season or two and then replace them. Look at this as kind of like the last pair of shin guards that you'll ever need to buy. So move these over to the side and move on to the next item, which of course is a soccer ball. Can't have a bag full of all this stuff without a soccer ball. So I ended up picking the Adidas Air Jota 2016 Olympic match ball, which I think is just a really cool looking ball. It's a bazooka variant, so technically the same ball that we saw from the 2014 World Cup with just different graphics. It's a popular soccer ball. All the top end match balls from Nike and Adidas honestly are very, very good. I really like the ball. It has more of a weighted feel to it. Like I said, the graphics are pretty cool, so it's fairly unique. You're not going to see many of these out there on the field. And given that it is an official match ball, it does have a $160 retail price, so it is quite expensive, but you truly do get the best of the best in terms of feel, performance, build quality, as well as overall durability. So match balls certainly aren't for everybody, but again, if you're looking for the best of the best, the match balls are something that I can very much recommend, whether it be an Adidas match ball, a Nike match ball, Select match ball. If it's FIFA approved, it's generally going to be pretty good. So move that over to the side. And then of course, we'll move on to some footwear. So the first piece of footwear that I have are actually some training shoes. These were featured on the channel this month. These are the Nike Lunar Caldra training shoes. And this is a shoe that I wore a lot this month, at least since I got them. Really, really like them. Features a flyweave upper, which I believe is going to be the future for Nike soccer cleats. So look out for that technology in the near future. This is kind of like an early sample of how good flyweave can be. It's super supportive, super comfortable, but also provides a very sock-like sensation. There's really no reinforcement to this upper. It really is just straight up a woven material with some Flywire support cables, which, like I said, just makes for a very positive experience. Plus you get this lunar outsole that is well cushioned, but at the same time very solid, so it's not unstable or anything like that. You can use this for sprints and change of direction, stuff like that. Plus it has the flex grooves, so while you have good underfoot cushioning, they're very flexible and kind of natural as well. Plus you get good coverage across the bottom. It's pretty much completely flat, and you get rubber in all the right areas. So again, really, really good pair of trainers. The retail price is $160, so not super cheap, but that's kind of what you can expect from Nike, being that this is one of the few shoes that they currently have on offer with their flyweave technology. And like I said, it really is a fantastic pair of trainers if you're on the market for a pair. Next, we have two pairs of soccer cleats. I ended up picking just two as opposed to three, just because it was somewhat of a slow month. Obviously, as of right now, things are picking up a lot. But the one shoe that I wouldn't necessarily say is the best of the best product, but a shoe that I spent a lot of time in this month are these guys right here, the Adidas Ace 16 Plus Pure Control, the laceless shoe. There's been a lot of hype around it. I've made quite a few videos on it at this point, and it's a shoe that ultimately I'm not a huge fan of, but I can't say that my experience with the shoe was 100% negative. If you guys want kind of my overall opinion on these, I'll leave an annotation on screen to my playtest video where I kind of go over all the details on what my overall experience was like with this particular shoe. But this is a shoe that at certain points I really liked, at certain points I really disliked. And again, I've said this in my other video, I think that this is the best laceless product that's ever been put to the market. Adidas has had laceless shoes in the past in the form of F52 knit uppers. Obviously Lotto kind of made a big push in the laceless market that wasn't necessarily the most successful thing. But this is something that, like I said, people seem to be very excited about. But if you are at all considering a pair of these, I would strongly recommend checking out my review. Again, that annotation will be on screen. So for $300, if you're really curious about the laceless system, I guess give them a go, but kind of give them a go at your own risk, because it really is an interesting experience, I guess, to say the least, in regards to how these things actually feel. And then the final pair of shoes that I have in my bag are these guys right here, the Puma Evo Power 1.3. Really big fan of these things. I really like the original Evo Power 1. The Evo Power 1.2 wasn't so great in my opinion. I just preferred the feel of the 1. And this kind of goes back more similar to the 1 as opposed to the 1.2. It's a super soft Adapt-Lite synthetic upper, very, very flexible. Really has a nice natural feel, pretty much no break-in time required. The new stud pattern and sole plate is really, really good, although not actually that different from the previous two models either. It's just a really nice version of the Evo Power. In my opinion, the best model they've put out so far. But again, in comparison to previous ones, definitely more like the 1 as opposed to the 1.2, which I don't think is a bad thing at all. So if you've been a fan of the Evo Power series or just curious about the series, the Evo Power 1.3, the latest installment, is a very, very good buy. So I know that a lot of the new A16 models are out now. Videos are just starting to go up on my channel, and I would have included them in this particular video, but I just got them, so I figured being that I only have them for the last 2 or 3 days of the month, it wouldn't be fair to include them. So look out for those potentially in next month's What's in My Soccer Bag series, and look out for videos on the rest of the A16 line very, very soon, because I know a lot of you guys will ask questions about that. But that's pretty much it as far as this month's What's in My Soccer Bag video is concerned. Again, if you're interested in any of the items that you saw in today's video, be sure to check out the very first link down below in the description of this video. That's going to take you to the What's in My Soccer Bag page on my website, where you'll find Buy It Now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes for every single individual item. So again, if you're interested in something, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. If you have any questions at all regarding any of these items, leave them down below in the comments, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed the What's in My Soccer Bag series, want to continue seeing it happen on a monthly basis, be sure to support the video with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.